have? It is your boy Pierre out of the CEE. I'd like to welcome you officially to this week's episode of Nollywood Flipside, turning your imaginations into realities and bringing entertainment to your doorstep. This week's episode of Nollywood Flipside focuses on Silence, a film that is produced by Iyabo Ojo and is directed by Alex Mouth. This director, get Mouth. Silence is a merger. It's a merger of Nollywood Yoruba. It's a merger of the biggest veterans in the industry. It has the likes of Alex Osifo, Joseph Benjamin, Yinka Quadri, Tina Mba, Bookie Wright, Akin Lewis. Iyabo Ojo herself, the executive producer of Silence. Oh my god, why am I so agitated about this particular movie? This is the first time that I'm watching a film that got me really almost in tears.
My darling, if you look around, you would see that you're no match with my own darling.
That is where they already demanded for your life.
If you keep quiet about it, you might end up living with it for the rest of your life, and it will become a lifetime trauma in you.
For me, this is not a low budget kind of a film that you just try to beat around the bush and just try to see if you can actually come up with some great result. Time, detailing was actually really taken. There was so much things that were actually put in place to actually make this particular project come out the way it really did. Alright, the story behind Silence is simple. It's a day-to-day experience. It's a day-to-day kind of thing that that we get to see almost every now and then in our African society. Silence just tries to address a particular problem that we are faced in our society. And what is this particular problem? It addressed the issue of child abuse, sexual abuse. It tries to brings us to notice that these things are still very much persistent. They are still happening. They are very much in our society. I must give credit to the DOP, Joseph and Oluwato in Israel. So for Joseph to work with Alex Mouth, who is equally a very good director, there was a synergy. Joseph brought his years of experience to this job, and then that was why you could actually see the fluidity in the camera movement, the way the camera was all panning and all that. I laughed. From the opening credit, I saw Joseph, I saw Toyin, and then there was Alex Mouth. Come on, I wasn't expecting anything less. And then for me, the edits was absolutely was great. The edit was great. I love the transition. I love the sparkles, the splashes, the part where you get to see some adrenaline flowing and all that. For me, this story is absolutely amazing. For me, For me, Silence is a banger. Silence is a masterpiece. I am telling you, from the very beginning, from the very point you begin to watch Silence, from the very onset, from the opening credits, there are no dull moments. This is a story that's really intriguing. It addresses a societal issue. For me, my take on Silence is that the way Amana Iyabo Ojo interpreted or came up with the story, that she gave depth to the story. She gave life to the story. It made the story look more realistic. The synergy between the Nollywood actors and the Yoruba actors, there was a sync. There was a chemistry. There was a balance in the way the storyline was building up from the beginning till the very end. For me, this movie is a masterpiece. The director finished it. When you get to here, it's a person finished work. The only area that actually had issue was the color grading. It was too much. The tweaking was a little bit too much. Therefore, the film lost its original feel in terms of coloring. When you're doing color grading and color corrections, it's very important for you to actually put colors into consideration, because sometimes when you use too much dull colors, it takes out the beauty in the whole entire project. Everybody did a very wonderful job. The job is a banger. It's a masterpiece. I love it. I watched it. I bought it. I recommended it for a friend. If it was in the cinema, I would equally recommend that you go to the cinema, go watch it. If you don't have a copy, go grab your copy. I give Silence 80%. For me, folks, you already know what the drill is. Still your boy PR or to the CEE. If you have enjoyed this week's episode of Nollywood Flipside, please make no mistake. Click on the subscribe button and PRO to the CEE. We'll see you at the other flip side.